welcome to the new edition of Aksharam Updates. Today we are discussing the American presidential election and its implication. Republican candidate Donald Trump has comprehensively defeated his Democratic opponent Kamala Harris and is becoming the 47th president of United States of America. This will be his second term in presidency. Previously, he was president from 2016 to 2020. In the 2020 election, he was defeated by Joe Biden, the present president. And as of the most recent update, Donald Trump has got almost 295 electoral college votes when compared to Kamala Harris's 226. American presidential election is determined according to the electoral college system, not according to the popular vote. In this system, one candidate has to gain at least 270 electoral colleges out of the 538 electoral college seats in order to clinch presidency. As we told, Trump has now 295 electoral college votes. The chance is that it will increase further because election result is yet to come into states in the state of Nevada and in the state of Arizona. And in the American electoral college system, the peculiarity is that there is a specific state called swing states. It becomes swing states because all the other states are either staunchly Republican or staunchly Democratic. It is the one candidate who can claim these swing states who will become the president. For example, in 2016, Trump was able to claim these swing states, especially Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Arizona, Nevada, North Carolina, Georgia. These are the 7 important swing states. In 2016, Trump was able to defeat Hillary Clinton in these swing states. But when it comes to 2020, it was the turn of Joe Biden. Except North Carolina, in 2020, Trump has lost all other swing states, which led into his failure. But this time, he has won the 5 swing states: Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Georgia, North Carolina, and he is leading in Arizona and Nevada. As of now, his lead is very solid, and he is in a very comfortable position to win in those states also. That means he will be able to take all the 7 swing states with him, and it shows that his victory is very comfortable and very comprehensive in nature. And another matter is that this time he is able to win in the popular vote also. According to the recent update, his vote share is 50.7% when compared to Kamala Harris's 47.7%, almost 3% of advantage he has. In 2016, even though he was able to defeat Hillary Clinton, the popular vote was with Hillary Clinton. In 2020, Biden has almost 7 million votes more than that of Trump. So this victory is a great achievement for him, as he himself, when he came into Mar-a-Lago to declare his victory, he himself claimed that it is a historic comeback. And every time it is a historic comeback, as we have seen. After 2020 loss, the Trump did not. He challenged that election result. We all know that in 2021, January 6th, it was he who provoked his supporters to rally into U.S. Capitol and taking over the Capitol and all those uprisings and bloody scenes that engulfed in U.S. Capitol Hill. And the cases related to these are still going on, and a lot of people who engaged in those violent activities are still in jail. At that time, every political pundit written off the political career of Donald Trump, and afterwards he has many political cases against him. Even when he was in power, he was impeached twice. He was the first president to get impeached, and after this uprising and everything, there were other cases were against him, trying to stall the election, and there is a case still going on in Georgia regarding intimidating the electoral officers there in 2020 election and asking them for more votes. And another case related to a porn star, Stormy Daniels. He even got convicted in this year. In this case, in this November, he has to come before a judge, in which the judge will give him technically a prison time, even though there is little chance that he will be in prison. But there is a technical chance that he will get a prison. In most probably, since he did not have any prior criminal precedents, he will get absolved from it. But still, when we look on his character, as a convicted felon, two-time impeached president, a man who polarizes the nation, and a man who has been written off by political pundits because of all these problems he was facing. His victory was, even though it is not surprising, it is an amazing victory. It's a historical comeback for him. Now, coming into the subject, what will be the implications of Trump 2.0? And as we know from the Trump 1.0, during his first presidency from 2016 to 2020, his most important thing regarding him is the unpredictability. He did not have any political background. In 2016, when he declared he was going to contest in Republican primary, everybody took him it as a comedy, because he is mostly a businessman and an entertainer, and he ran a reality TV show called Apprentice, and his instincts are basically of a businessman, of an entertainer, and this first term was chaotic in nature. A lot of his staffs were fired, and a lot of chaotic decisions were taken. And apart from this uncertainty and the chaotic nature that characterizes Trump politics, there is an underlying theme of continuity in all his political activities after 2016 and all his speeches, and that is the America First slogan. For him, America, we know that after the Second World War, America became a self-declared global policeman, where it engaged in every other countries, and it literally became the architect of the post-Second World War institutions, whether it is economic institutions, political institutions, and became the advocate of democracy throughout the world. And US has this hegemony in which it interfered in every activities. But Trump's policies are mostly concentrated on domestic activities. According to him, the external interferences of Americans, whether it is war, whether it is any other things, for him it should benefit America as such. All those activities which led into the loss of American lives or American money, it is anathema to him. So we can surely say that it will be an America First presidency, where and it will be transactional in nature. And according to his instincts, his experience as a businessman, we know from his first presidency, his all activities are transactional in nature. And coming with this underlying theme of Trump ideology, what will be its implications in foreign policy, especially when it comes to the two wars that is ravaging the world, the Ukraine war and the Gaza-Lebanon war. First, coming into the Ukraine war, his stand is almost clear in that. In July 2024, he clearly said that if he is elected into the presidency, the Ukraine war will end within 2 days, and he wanted Russian President Vladimir Putin and Ukrainian President Zelensky to make a deal. He did not elaborate what will be the details of this deal, but his Vice President J.D. Vance, he has given more details regarding this. According to J.D. Vance, Ukraine has to cede some territories in its east to secure a deal with Russia. That means that in this deal is favorable to Russia, and Ukraine will most possibly lose territory. Now America is providing huge aid to Ukraine, both financially and militarily. It is this American help that enables Ukraine to resist against Russia. If under Trump presidency, America decides to drastically cut down this help, it will be a huge blow to Ukrainian defense. All leaders in Europe are very much worried about Trump's decisions regarding Ukraine. Another important war that is happening is Israel's war on Gaza and Lebanon. From the first Trump presidency from 2016 to 2020, we know that Trump was one of the most pro-Israeli presidents ever in US history. He shifted US embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. He recognized Israeli sovereignty over Golan Heights. And he has given enormous military and financial help to Israel. And he has blocked every resolutions in United Nations against Israel. And America even came out of UNESCO in support of Israel during his tenure. So it is a known fact that even the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, he wanted a Trump victory, and he was unsurprisingly, he was one of the first world leaders to congratulate Trump, saying that it is a historic comeback. So now Netanyahu thinks that he has a license to do anything, and Trump presidency will give him more opportunity and more freedom to go against Gaza and Lebanon. And as we know, during the first term of Trump, the Abraham Accords came into being that drastically changed the geopolitics of Middle East. Some analysts even say that this Hamas attack on October 7 happened because of these Abraham Accords, where Palestinians felt that they are being let down by their Arab brothers. And of course, Trump will go on with trying to move forward with the Abraham Accords. We know that prior to the October 7 attack, Saudi Arabia was in advanced talk regarding normalization with Israel. We don't know whether Trump will again persuade Saudi Arabia to do that. But more important is how Trump's decisions regarding Israel's war on Gaza and Lebanon. As we know, Trump is he says that he is a pacifist. He is an advocate of pacifist politics. He always says that I am against war. He also said that if he comes into power, he will stop the war in the Middle East very soon. But we don't know how he will do it very much, probably very much favorable to Israel. Some analysts are saying that Trump may allow Israel to annex some parts of Gaza. Presently, we know that the Israel has cut Gaza into two parts: the northern Gaza, and they have cut northern Gaza from southern Gaza, and they are now doing a siege there. So it is to be seen whether Trump will allow that. And some analyst also says that Trump may even allow Israel to annex a part of West Bank, which is denoted as Area C, which is de facto controlled by Israel. Anyway, one thing is almost sure is that Trump's policies will be more pro-Israel. Even though Biden gave the maximum support to Israel, the Trump's policies will go beyond that. That's a sure matter. And when coming into other world matters, another important matter is regarding NATO. During his first term, Trump was a huge critic of NATO. He even threatened that he will come out of NATO if other member countries are not spending enough. This time NATO has a new Secretary General, a former Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte, and he has a good working relationship with Donald Trump. And let's see what will be Trump's decisions regarding NATO. Analysts are saying that Trump will not completely pull out of NATO, but he will pressure the NATO members to give more share to the defense of NATO. And another concern is regarding Taiwan also. During his election campaign, Trump also said that by protecting Taiwan, America is not getting anything. And Taiwan is also worried that in an imaginary scenario in which China attacks them, they are worried that whether an America under Trump presidency will come into their rescue. Another important matter is regarding the climate change policies. As we know, during the first time, Trump has taken out America out of the Paris climate change. But Biden has later reversed that and committed America again to Paris climate deal. Let's see whether Trump will again do it. And in November, this month only, within a few days, in Azerbaijani capital Baku, the COP29 is starting. This time the COP29 will happen in the shadow of Trump. Let's see whether Trump will roll back all the climate change policies that Biden administration has taken during the 4 years. Another important thing is with China. As we know, it is Trump who shifted the American pole towards China. Until the Trump presidency, China was considered as one of the most important allies of US. It is Trump who declared China as an adversary and started a soft Cold War with China. And Biden administration even carried this Trump legacy and even built the Indo-Pacific strategy, the Quad, AUKUS, and all those missionaries. And this time it is sure that Trump will move forward with this trade war with China, and he will of course intensify it. During his election campaigning also, he was saying that he will impose huge tariffs on American exports huge tariffs to Chinese exports to America. And it will have huge ramifications to global economy also. Even Kamala Harris during her election campaigning told that if Trump imposes such tariff, it will create inflation in America. Anyway, it is sure that Trump will continue more hostile policies towards China when compared to Biden. And this America-China trade war will have huge ramification on global economy also. Let's come to India. How this Trump presidency will impact India? First thing, economically thinking. During this election campaign also Trump said that India is the tariff king. He said that India is a trade abuser. And we know that America is our biggest trading partner, and in this trade, India has the advantage. India exports more products to America when compared to American exports to India. So this trade surplus that India has with America is very significant to our economy. If Trump applies these tariffs, it will be a huge blow to Indian exports to USA, especially medical accessories and equipments, textiles, diamonds, and so on. During his first tenure, he has taken away India's GSP status, which has given some advantages to India in trading with USA. Another important matter is regarding the skilled migration to USA. Even though Trump mostly speaks against illegal migration, his insiders also implied that Trump even wants to curb legal migration to USA also. As we know that Indians are the biggest beneficiaries of H-1B visa. If Trump reduces the H-1B visas, it will be a huge setback to the skilled migration from India to USA. As we know that a lot of people in India have this American dream, going into America and excelling in various fields. As we know that some of the biggest firms in America has Indian CEOs like Satya Nadella. So if Trump decides to curb illegal migration, it will affect the skilled migrants from India. Another aspect is regarding human rights and other things. As we know, the Trump administration was strict regarding human rights, and several times made many reports which pointed out the human rights violations against minorities in India, and related things. But during the first Trump term, the administration was not so much concerned about the human rights violations and and did not castigate India on that things. The same thing is expected from this administration also. In the background of the Niger and Pannoon case, this matter has greater relevance. As we know, now India is in a little bit in a defensive posture regarding the Niger killing in Canada and the Pannoon case in USA. The Pannoon case in USA has even, in an advanced, is going into an advanced level, whether in which Indian agents like Nikhil Gupta are being indicted. India hopes that a Trump presidency will take away all these problems, and Trump will just brush aside all these cases related to Pannoon and other things. And they hope, in the previously, Trump did not have a good relationship with the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, and India may also think that Trump may also, in the case of Niger case in Canada also, India will get America's support. And another thing in regarding to India is the bonhomie between Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Donald Trump, as we have seen the Howdy Modi rally, and in 2018, and in 2019, in 2020, where Modi hosted Trump in Gujarat. It was a very mega event. During the campaigning also, Trump said many good things regarding Modi, and he's the nicest guy. He's like a killer to his enemies. Such comments he has passed, but he has this habit of passing these comments regarding many leaders. Previously, he praised former Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan also. But when we look into the ground, the first Trump presidency in the economic level or political level, it was not that much of a good thing for India, especially in the trade and economic front. As we know that in 2018, India has to literally cut down its oil imports from Iran because of the threat from America. When Trump sent his envoy Nikki Haley to India, and literally to bully India to cut down oil imports from Iran. It literally completely shattered India's bilateral relationship with Iran at that moment, and many bilateral trade and port building projects with Iran also became very much delayed because of that measure taken by India due to the pressure from USA. But these are the conclusions that we are drawing from the previous Trump presidency. But the Trump 2.0, the fundamental nature of Donald Trump, uncertainty, unpredictability, that also hangs over this Trump 2.0 also. So it will be a very interesting time and a very, very important time for world and India when the second Trump presidency unfold. Thank you so much.